The Kingdom of Aquaria, a grand and ancient kingdom, once a vibrant microcosm teeming with life. But after 9 months of neglect, the kingdom has grown, well, let's just say it has grown. Welcome to the microverse. Before we do anything, we must tend to the lifeforms. Catching the shrimp of Blue Dream was a breeze. Kyle and the Tetras, however, are a very different lifeform. Swift and quick-witted, I could not for the life of me catch the Tetras of Granion until I removed everything. This is Kyle, leader of the Tetras of Granion. Kyle has traversed the microverse. Many moons ago, when the kingdom was young, Kyle fell ill. The Great Ick, they called it. Tetras of Granion voted to exile Kyle for a while, for the good of the kingdom. Kyle would travel the microverse until he happened upon a strange land, the ancient nation of Crustacea. The first settlers of the nation were the shrimp of Red Cherry, who welcomed Kyle and taught him the dance of rejuvenation. After the Granions heard of Kyle's miraculous recovery, they sent for him. And the rest, well, keep watching.
You shall subscribe!
But before we dive into the remodel, let me introduce you to our canvas, the Fluval 15-gallon tank. With its sleek design and Super Excelsior Plus filtration, it's the perfect canvas for our aquatic masterpiece. In my opinion, an exceptional beginner tank. The filter compartment in the back eliminates the ugliness of in-tank filters, and you can even cut out the hole in the lid to have some plants growing aquaponically. More on that later. And the light is amazing for plant growth. This is not a sponsored video, but if Fluval sees this and went, "Hey, this lifeform is cool, send him more tanks," well, here are some materials that I'll be using. For the substrate, old cycled media in mesh bags, mostly aqua soil and some crushed lava rock. Aquarium gravel, light colored sand, and for the hardscape, I'll be using Stone and some rounded river rocks to create an embankment. And wood of the spider. Spiderwood, I just like dramatization. Start by placing the cycled media mesh bags at the back left side of the aquarium. I will be huddling the cycled media bags next to the bottom intake. This should allow me to escape from 2 vantage points and serve as an under-gravel filter of sorts. The constant flow of water through the gravel helps promote beneficial bacteria that help break down fish waste. If you're not familiar with the nitrogen cycle, here's a quick breakdown. As fish eat, they produce waste. This waste turns into ammonia within your aquarium. These bacteria break down the ammonia into nitrites, which is a less harmful substance, but still bad. But luckily, there is another type of bacteria that breaks the nitrite down into nitrate, which is not as bad, and is usable by the aquatic plants, or the plants growing aquaponically. After the bags are in place, I add more media, and make use of the Stone to help make a bank to hold back the substrate. I then add the main piece of driftwood before playing around with the rest. And as I say, if you don't like how it looks, wiggle it around until you like how it looks. I then continue to build height and add details as I go along. The aquatic flora. The main stem plant will be Rotala rotundifolia. The crypt that had melted before spawned 2 bebes before it passed, so I'll be planting these 2 as well. And a couple of bucephalandras, as well as a couple of Anubias nana petite, which I wedged into the driftwood. There's also Surswassertong. Surswassertong. Here are some plants that can be grown aquaponically in the Fluval 15-gallon. Pothos and her friends, Lucky Bamboo, which is not actually a bamboo. Syngonium, the peace lily. Philodendrons, please do thorough research on the individual plant species you would like to grow aquaponically. After letting the tank cycle for a bit, about a week due to cycled media, I reintroduced the Tetras of Granion to the glorious new Kingdom of Aquaria. They loved huddling next to the driftwood most of the time, Yet Kyle still ventures into the open waters from time to time. Having traveled to ancient nations and back, he has an adventurous spirit. I would later add a nice Anubius Nana bonsai to the main piece of hardscape, as well as some Riccia moss that I got at a local aquarium auction.
One, the Pacopa Lanigera. We'll start that at $2.
As it stands now, only a few tetras of Grenion and like maybe 3 shrimp of Blue Dreams call the kingdom home. What kind of life forms should I add to this kingdom? I do need pygmy corridoras because they are amazing, and I was thinking a goby of sorts. But what manner of life forms would you add to the kingdom? Let me know in the comments below. You will also notice that a certain clown of the Killy tribe now resides here. Maximus was terrorizing all the other Killies in his path, and you should click here to find out more. Yeah, just click right there. Yep, you got it.